Welcome to my raft. I've spent over 100 days building this thing and I'm pretty damn proud of it. But don't get me wrong, it is nowhere near finished, and in this video you'll probably see quite a few things which either aren't completed or have a few things to improve on them. Today I'll walk through the entire raft, show you why I did things, how I did things, and what my general idea was when it comes to designing my beautiful little homestay on the middle of the ocean. And I don't think there's no better time to start the tour than at night. And now I want to preface this by saying I've converted this world into a copy and then added mods so that I could add game mode. So I've changed the game mode completely and it's now in creative, meaning I can basically get infinite stuff, but most importantly I can fly around, which is absolutely awesome. And I'll link the mod that I'm using right now in the description down below, so if you guys want to convert your world and have a better look of it, because look, I can literally fly around up here and get a nice aerial view and it just looks absolutely beautiful. But without further ado, let's start at the bottom deck where it all began. Here we are in the main deck where my raft first began to take shape, and this was basically the first thing we ever built, this little storage room here, which has been expanded since. And obviously, as you can see, we've got the wood bit here, which is actually not wood at all. We've got no wood right now apart from these 10 planks that I've got on me, and the reason why these are in here is because our palm leaf storage is actually full to the brim. So yeah, that is why. And obviously we've got the plastic over here as well, which is also reasonably full but not quite overflowing just yet. Now in future, one thing I do want to improve from this bit is actually adding the metal containers, these large storages, because they're a lot more helpful. And one thing I also want Redbeat to add on this topic is please add larger stack sizes, because 20 is absolutely doing my head in. It is so annoying to try to keep up with. You know, add a recipe for I don't know, some extra discovery item which allows you to stack 40 or maybe even 50. I don't know. I think it would be a really good change, and especially as they add more items to the game, I do think it's going to be needed, so let's see what they do. However, here is my beautiful little blue bed, of course, matching the channel theme. We've got to keep with it. We've got my 2 shoes here, and we've got our 2 radios, which is actually quite rare to have 2, but hopefully I want to keep on collecting them, and maybe we'll even have 10 one day. Here's my little table where, of course, we're eating all our amazing food. Saying that, we've also really struggled with food, so I've only really got shark meat, and I know I should be cooking proper meals like jam with drumsticks and stuff like that, but I just cannot be bothered at the moment. When I'm live streaming though, it will be one thing I do, so make sure you do not miss the live stream so you can teach me loads of things. However, over here is just a simple little sofa to fill some space, because I didn't really know what to put here. Originally I had all my water purifiers and everything, but they've got moved out onto the edges, which you'll see in just one moment. So yeah, this thing is kind of just like the living quarters, I suppose. I think I will keep it because I like it. It's kind of like where it all began, you know. It's got some history to it, this room. Obviously we've got the nets as well, cannot forget them, the absolute prized possession of every raft. But without further ado, let's move on to my beautiful pets. We've got Lily over here, not the striped one, the other one apparently. They're okay, let's ignore them. One of them's called Lily, the other one does not have a name. This one is Billy, as I'll show you in just... Okay, these guys do not want to talk to me. Anyways, I can probably understand why they don't want to talk to me. They don't get much fresh grass. We don't have many batteries, and obviously I need to work on that. They're kind of dying. Anyways, let me show you my cool little path. So we've got this thing which goes out into the second deck. Got a secret chest with absolutely nothing. We've got this that goes under the stairs. I did want to do something with this, but it was kind of hard to. We tried doing a load of things, but nothing really worked. Maybe in future we'll figure something out which will be really cool. However, if you come up here, this takes you to the second floor, which, as we know, is connected to this staircase which comes just down here. So this second floor is kind of like an entertainment slash kitchen area, I suppose. There's not any other better way to describe it. Obviously we've got this thing which you usually hit your head on when you come up the stairs, so just to warn the visitors that we mean business, you know. And obviously we've got the piano, which I can't play for anything. I'm not a musician, leave me alone. We've got the beautiful sofa and the best view that there ever is in the entire universe. I mean, look at this. Raft is one beautiful game. And anyways, we've got the cooking pot, which we do have a lot of recipes for, but we don't utilize it as much as we should. But as I said earlier, I promise on streams we will begin to use this a whole lot more, and by chapter 3 we're gonna need a lot of food so that we can keep exploring without having to collect loads of things every 2 seconds. And obviously we can't forget where we came from. We've got the beautiful 2 simple cooking stations, which we don't really need anymore, and ideally we should replace with one of these, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I'll probably do it later today, to be honest. And obviously we've got the good old cooking grill, and if you guys didn't know, right now we actually have the simple grill and the advanced grill. However, the purifier has a simple, advanced, and electric. So perhaps this means we're gonna get ourselves an electric grill, perhaps like an actual industrialized cooking hob. That would be awesome. Obviously it's not a guarantee, but it kind of goes along the same pattern that Raft usually takes. So hopefully one day this room will have a fully automated electric powered cooking hob. And as we move into the second deck, the main room, we've got a lot of utility in this room. We've got our bees, which I'll actually collect this honeycomb, even though I don't need it because this is a copy of the world. So I don't really know why I did that. But obviously this took us ages to get. If you've watched any of the streams, you'll know that we really did struggle with this. We got bees really late on, mainly because I kept harvesting flowers and kept losing flowers to the damn seagulls. Hopefully we'll patch that out with maybe doing a double roof or something. I think it looks pretty good right now, and we've got enough honeycomb and biofuel to last us quite a while. Obviously this is the flower chest and a bit of honeycomb because it's just convenient to have it right here. And over here is the toilet station, and the quote I think is really one of the best ones and probably the most fitting one to ever see. Good things comes to those who float. I love it so much. It's so fitting. I don't know why. And this guy's just here to scare you along if you're struggling, you know. We got the robot that I actually collected off stream, so none of you know I have this thing yet. But yeah, he's really cool, and I think he's kind of getting eaten right now, but we'll let him be. Anyways, we've got the cooking stations over here, the nice little furnaces. We'll collect that metal ingot. We're kind of struggling on metal and titanium right now because we need a lot of it for storages and stuff, but hopefully soon we'll get all of these up and running and we'll start smelting up tons of it. So these curtains are obviously here for just decoration, but they see through into this other storage room, which I'll show you in just 1 second. So if we come through here, it's quite intimidating. Yes, this is the lower deck where a lot of the stuff goes on, really. As you can see, we've got the research table straight away. We've got the paintings by Urkenstaff, one of the developers of Raft, and I also want to point out that, by the way, that is quite clearly a Kraken. So, Kraken coming in chapter 3, confirmed? Who knows? I don't know. I'm kidding, obviously. Take that with a pinch of salt. It's probably not going to happen, but if they've got a Kraken in a painting, I feel like they might add it to the game. Who knows? But obviously, we've got the tiki heads, very vital to any raft. Up here is the storages, which aren't really used at the moment. The only ones that are used is this one for stone, this one for clay and sand, and these ones for kind of like my equipment and just stuff I throw away without really caring. So obviously we've just got a random healing salve, some paint, algae, that sort of stuff. So yeah, we've got another tiki head over here, some neighbor's dogs painting by Zayladea. Anyways, we've got the storages up here. We've got all our valuables, I suppose, but over time these storages have kind of been overrun. So as you can see, we've got some metal, some titanium, some copper, but the rest of it, like a captain's hat or mayor's hat, some batteries, feathers, it's kind of getting overrun. But one day on stream we'll clear this out and we'll organize it all. Moving on to the next one is a whole bunch of cooking recipes, some seeds that we don't really use all the time, so palm seeds, melon seeds, pineapple seeds, some flowers, just a random sail because why not, some palm leaves, a paddle. You know, it's really getting a bit messy and unorganized by this point, so just ignore it. But we do have a whole bunch of leather. I think we should use that for some armor very soon. But let's move on to the lovely little anchor. I love this build for some reason because at the start, as you can probably tell, I just fell in this hole every 2 seconds and it was so frustrating. So I just ended up building a little thing surrounding it, and I think it looks so beautiful, and I think it's actually kind of realistic. Obviously in real life you don't want to fall down the anchor hole either. I think it looks really cool. Don't know about you guys, but let me know in the comments what you think about this. You might get a lot of inspiration from this raft, but you also may think some things are just stupid and pointless. Also, one thing I want to show off is this wall design I've got going on here. I don't use it all the time, but I do think it's really cool. I kind of just stumbled across it one day and thought, yeah, that actually really works. So I've kind of just gone with it the whole way around, and as you can see down here, it's still in progress, but this is the kind of thing I want to go for because I do want to make this raft expandable, right? Because I will keep getting more things as raft updates, and as I just get richer, I'm gonna need more space. So as you can see, we're already getting ready to implement 2 brand new engines, which we will probably do on stream, so do not miss out. It will be very important. But yeah, we've already got 2 engines, as you can see, full of biofuel. I don't know how much we've got in here. Not too bad. It's actually pretty much full. So here's our biofuel refiner over here, and why not? Let's just fill it up to the brim because that is what we do over here. I don't know why I'm actually playing this because after all, this is a copy world. None of this will be saved, but you know, we'll keep doing it anyway. And here is our battery recharger. We don't use it at all, and we probably should, good, but you know, it will work and it will come in handy one day when we need it. We need it actually straight away because as you saw earlier, our animals are starving and I do feel bad, but you know, expanding the raft and making it look pretty is a bit more of a priority right now. I'm sorry, Billy. And yeah, here's just a little chest with some honey for the biofuel refiner and of course a bunch of heads, because if you guys didn't know, and I actually got told this by stream chat, putting heads in the biofuel refiner is far more efficient than any kind of raw potato or beetroot or anything like that. Always use heads because let me show you, put this thing in, 2 heads and it's pretty much filled it all the way down to the top. So I think it's absolutely amazing. So thank you guys so much for the tips. You guys give me far more knowledge than I ever have, so I'll forever appreciate you guys for that. I think it's time to move on to the top deck because that is the one thing we haven't seen just yet. So you can see the stairs connecting to the top bit, but first let's cover the main HQ where I guide my ship to victory, to islands, to wherever we want to go. And obviously, as you can see, it's not finished. I'm working on expanding it forward, but right now you're just gonna have to take it with a pinch of salt because here is my steering wheel. Here is my engine controls, so we can turn them on, rotate them, turn it back off. You know, it's lovely. The best thing added to Raft in the history of this game, by the way. It is so damn good. Here is my receiver, which apparently doesn't have a battery right now. As you can see, I'm not very good at maintaining this Raft, but hopefully with the help of you guys on stream, we'll get rid of all of these little hiccups and we'll get it up and running once again. But yeah, I'm kind of in the phase right now of revisiting old islands like Tangaroa, things I missed, collecting them, making sure I get every little token and stuff like that. So I think the next island we're going to go to is probably Vazagatang because I haven't revisited it yet. So after covering what powers the boats, let's work on the upstairs. Obviously, we've got the receivers here, or the antennas, sorry, for the receiver, all nicely spread out and not in the way, which is very important for me. Obviously, we've got the England flag, which is actually a bit off because the cross isn't in the center, but you know, I had to support my country. But you know, I think I might put a German one as well over there because I am half German, half English, if you guys didn't know. Fun fact about me. And as we come up these matching stairs, we see our beautiful farms. Yes, they're not very populated right now, kind of barren, and right now all I've got is banana plants and I just keep harvesting them whenever I see they're full grown. I'm not even working on collecting resources really. As you can see, these are all empty, but on stream, as I said earlier, we will be making this place once again functional. So I'll be filling all of these up, probably harvesting a bunch of fruits because I want to get ready for when the juicer gets added in chapter 3. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically you can make smoothies using the juicer and using all of your leftover fruits, all of your leftover vegetables, and I think it's one of the best ideas they've ever added into Raft. And when it gets added, you already know I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be there with all my fruits and I'm going to be absolutely loaded with smoothies. So yeah, I recommend you guys do the same. Stack up on fruits and vegetables. It may seem quite counterproductive right now, but in the future you will not regret it, I promise you. However, I believe that rounds up pretty much everything in my Raft, and as you can see, it's a long-term project for me and it's obviously nowhere near done. And if you want to catch the progress of this Raft and how I improve over time, then make sure you tune into my streams because I promise you, you'll get an insight of why I do things, how I design things, but sometimes I guess I can come up with some decent ideas. So if you ever want some inspiration, stop by a stream. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the Raft tour or even liked the design of my Raft, then leave it a like and subscribe if you're new around here, of course, because I love you guys. You can always unsubscribe if you just don't like my content. It is free after all. So enjoy the rest of your day guys, and I will see you next time.